Hi again, folks. I'm just having another look at my Hornby Class 142 because I want to look at this noise issue that it has. That just doesn't sound right when you compare it to the other car. Get this. That's how it should sound. That's not right. One of the great things about this thing is you've got two identical units. So basically what I was able to do was take the motor bogie off this one and put it on the other one and see how that sounded, and the other one sounded fine and this one still sounded noisy. So I thought, well, it's not the motor bogie, and I thought, well, there's not much else to replace. So I took the worm gear off this one and swapped it with the good car, and this car was suddenly quiet and the other car was noisy. So I thought, aha, it's the worm gear. At least it appears to be the worm gear. So I have some replacement worm gears. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to fit a new worm gear on this, and hopefully that will cure the noise issue. The other problem this has is the drive wheels are slightly a bit skew with, causing a wee bit of wobble. Now I did try and straighten them with a hammer, and not the ideal solution, but I was struggling to see how else to straighten those wheels, because they're set into this drive gear and they've also got gears on the inside. Now these are obviously wheels that Hornby have used from a tender driven locomotive or whatever, and you don't need those gears, but they're fixed onto the wheels. You only need this one central drive gear. The gears on the wheels are not used. So somebody said in the comments you should use a back-to-back gauge and a vise. And I thought, well, I've got a vise, but what's a back-to-back gauge? Never heard of it. So I looked up what a back-to-back gauge is, and it's one of these things. And the idea is you place it between the wheels and it gives you the perfect spacing. And you could then put the axle in a vise and squeeze it together and get them nice and nicely aligned. However, it ain't going to work on this because, as I say, it's got these cogs on the inside of the wheels, so it simply won't go down. It simply doesn't fit that axle. So the main objective of today is to get the worm gear replaced. So let's take the body off, and there goes the weight. Just put that over there. Right. Okie dokie. So we've got a screw here. I've actually lost the original screw. I don't know what happened to it. It fell out. I think this motor's been looked at a few times, and the thread on the the plastic thread is a little bit stripped, and the screw fell out. So I managed to find another one that actually holds, but right, and then we shall take this little thing out. But this is what we need to replace, is this worm gear. And I'm just going to hope that these are the right gears. They were advertised as gears for a Type 7 motor and for a Class 142 Pacer. But is it this one or is it the later one? Nasty bit flash on this gear, so I'm not using this one. I'll try another one. And they're not the same. However, I'm going to try it. It might just work. Let's see, will it actually engage with the drive gear? Yes, it does. So I'm going to try it, even though it's not exactly the same. So these gears do pull off quite easily. Now I can maybe let you see that they're not identical. If you look at the spacing on the thread there, it's not the same. But I'm pretty sure it'll be okay. So let's push this on. Now assembling this thing, yeah, it's extremely fiddly. It's not the greatest design in the world, this thing, it really isn't. It's actually easier done if you unsolder the wires and take the motor out. Then it's relatively simple to do, but I really don't want to do that unless I absolutely have to. So we shall try to do it this way. That's pretty much in position. And then we just have to make sure the pickups are in contact with the wheels. Okay, we're in. Okay, I haven't oiled this, but let's see how this sounds. Please be quieter. Please, please be quieter. What do you think? 3, 2, 1. Yay! Excellent. Well, that was worth it then. So we'll put a wee drop of oil in here. And work that in. Okay, so I'm looking at the wheel wobble there, and I'm wondering if I could maybe just give this a tweak with pliers. I think that's fine. I don't think I could do much better than that. Right. I'll pop this back on. And we have solved the problem. So there we go. There's the other one. And now this one. Sorted. Just look at the... There's not much wheel wobble in that. And as I say, because I can't use the back-to-back gauge, I can't use it on this at all. I don't think there's much I can do. However, I can use the back-to-back gauge on these bogies, on the pickup bogies, or the rear bogies. And that one is way out. So let's have a go at this. Right. I wonder if a different make of gauge would maybe work, because this one ain't going. This wheel here, just where the axle fits in, where it's plastic, is too wide to fit into the gauge. Nope, back-to-back gauge, no good. There we go, that'll do. Pair of pliers, a hammer, another pair of pliers, and your eyes, and you can straighten a wheel. I'm not saying this is no use at all. If I could get this to fit between the wheels, yeah, then I can absolutely see why this would be a great thing to have. But it won't fit the wheels when they're on this thing, and it won't fit the wheels when they're off. These grooves need to be a lot wider. What I may actually try and do, because this is only made of brass, so it's quite soft, is actually file these a bit to make them a bit wider. Try and grind them down a bit or something, and then I think it'll be more useful. This is made by Markets, so it's not an expensive one. You know, I'm not going to go and try lots of others. I dare say there are ones out there that are perfectly fine, but this one is no good at the moment. Right, okay, let's pop this back on. Actually, I think the buckle on this one is just a loose tyre. There we go, that seems to be okay. Alright, okay. There we go. My Hornby Class 142 Pacer fully repaired now. Let's go and give it a shot in the layout and see what it's like. Okay, so power on. There we go, that's my Hornby Class 142 Pacer 2-car diesel rail car, fully repaired now. So another success story and my 18th locomotive to my collection, and obviously my last one for this year. So seeing as it's New Year's Eve, all the best everybody, Happy New Year, Happy Hogmanay, and hopefully next year will be a better one. This is just tea, by the way. I'll be having something a little bit stronger very shortly. Catch you later, folks. Slange.